All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have changed a couple of things under the hood that hopefully will actually make this a smoother experience than we've been having. We will see the developers, Nymph. I was talking about the behind the scenes and how the making of this game was a mess, basically. Because the making of this game was a mess.
Jonah.
How's Edsley?
Fine. They got him out, but Unuratu was captured.
Oh no. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm going after the box. I don't know how long it'll take.
Do what you have to.
Thanks. The Eye of the Serpent. That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping. And have a good day at work, Hyperspeed. Ominous music. Didn't play it, Baron. Listen, Revan, if you go for a run with me in your headphones... Did you know Twitch can actually keep playing even if it's paused and shut down? Shoot. Hang on. Berenian demands that I pause the stream. Let me go pause the stream really quick. Let's see here. Nope, it does not, Berenian. But thank you for making me check. Just in case. Silence. Wonderful. Glorious silence. Okay, seriously, come back sound. There you go.
Looks like this is the only way, okay?
No, Lord Harrimont, we must kill you, and then eat you, and then kill your eating, and then eat your killing, and then... So which one? If you say FF15 New Empire, we might actually kill you. A lot of muscle there. The sound design is so far both the music direction and the sound design are both good and bad. I'm telling you, if this game just embraced the impossible, I'd probably be enjoying it a lot more. You know, embrace the action hero vibe. And good luck, Call of Palooza.
Looks like there's a temple down there.
Well, considering 3 is supposed to be the epic conclusion, it doesn't bother me that much that it doesn't innovate. But it doesn't feel like an epic conclusion. Like, this doesn't feel like the big fight against the Trinity that have been built up for the last 2 games, or whatever, probably. Instead, it feels like, okay, so here's another Tomb Raider game. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it being just another Tomb Raider game, but then there's the other issues which the dev cycle brings into it. So basically, I'm kind of agreeing with you and kind of not, Kira White Noise. Like, if it was innovative and amazing and bold and credible, then it would probably help salvage the game. Or if they didn't have the dev cycle problems, it would probably salvage the game. Lacking both just leaves it at a weakened structure. Apparently the Trinity was only introduced in the second game. Okay, that's problem number 2. 8 or whatever. Hi, Loner. I'm trying really hard not to be too harsh on this game, but damn. Am I more likely to be forgiving of a game I know was rushed? That's an interesting question.
26th of November, 1603. At dinner, Lopez asked me if I believed these heathens were worthy of the artifact's alleged power. I had to admit that the Paititians seemed noble and industrious. However, their taut skin, stretched tight over sinewy muscles, and lack of shame made them more similar to beasts. And what of our leaders in the society, he then asked. Should they be able to wave their perfumed and ring fingers in any direction and expect us to obey, to return and sit at their side when they beckon? Do they not treat us as inferior beings, as beasts as well? I had no answer. What he'd said was heresy and treason, but in some way, I wondered if it wasn't the truth.
Nah. Oh, sound. Yeah, not really, Loner. Oh, there we go. We're back. No, Baron, I love it when a video game has the exact same name as a previous video game in the series. It's one of my favorite things. I absolutely adore the naming schema of video games. I definitely don't want to shoot them all in their stupid faces because they're secretly Nazis. God.
Who made these things?
Nazis! Oh, wait, sorry. You weren't asking me.
It's not Maya or Inca.
Yeah, welcome to Tomb Raider, which is the 12th Tomb Raider game? 10th? I don't know. In all honesty, just video game naming schemes in general piss me off. Even Doom 4 is called Doom. Doom 4 is an excellent game, but it's Doom 4, and I will forever call it Doom 4, just like I will call God of War 4 God of War 4. Because it's the fourth God of... Well, actually, it's not the fourth God of War game. We've got to call the PSP ones. But let's not even get into that. Actually, the sixth one. Or is it seventh? I don't know.
This is incredible.
And sometimes they just get cheeky, like Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry. Sometimes they just label them correctly, like my two favorite examples of that are Resident Evil 4, which is closer to the 10th one, and Assassin's Creed 3, which is the 6th or 7th one, I think. Something like that. Look, Libby. Now, I will say one thing. Well, now that I'm done ranting, the issue is if you want to do a reboot, you want to name it something that makes it clear that it's part of the same thing. That's because I was busy stabbing. What was your question, Hyperspeed? I'm sorry. If you want to name it something that indicates this is a reboot of such and such, but most people, from a marketing perspective, don't actually want to name it such. Oh, I don't have lockpicking. They don't want to name it such that indicates it's a reboot. So they just call it the same thing. Tomb Raider, Doom. There's other examples I can't think of right now because I'm an idiot. But I do have to admit, as much as I hate to sympathize with marketers, from a marketing perspective, it is an interesting question what you name a reboot. I should probably grab that. Oh, that's not air. Okay. That's air. See, normally hyperspeed I just scroll up, but scrolling up means alt-tabbing, and we know what this game thinks of alt-tabbing. So about that question, Hyperspeed. If you reboot it multiple times, first of all, we probably have an issue. Can we think of a game that's been rebooted multiple times? Or a game franchise? Now they're about to go fight Gollum. No, Assassin's Creed has never actually been rebooted. Soft reboots do not count. Films, yeah. Spider-Man, for example, has been rebooted. Although you'll notice each Spider-Man reboot film actually does have a different name. There's Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, and Spider-Man... whatever the subtitle was. I forget what it is. Adamantium Nymph. She's got adamantium in her bones. Homecoming. Okay. You are not winning points for jump scares, game. I want you to know that.
1st of December, 1603. We've entered a cenote not far from the city and set up camp in a small alcove. Lopez has spent the evening staring into the flames, utterly ensorcelled, his dinner untouched. Twice I attempted a conversation, but his silence rebuffed me each time. He is utterly focused on this artifact. If I were a more superstitious man, I would wonder if the artifact is speaking to him directly. The soldiers keep to themselves as well. They seem anxious for battle. One of their dogs stared at me all evening, as though I were to be his next meal.
Sonic mostly goes through soft reboots, though. Not hard reboots. I think... Actually, now that I'm saying that, I suppose Sonic has gone through one
It's just a noise.
hard reboot that I can think of. A hard reboot that was almost immediately torpedoed while I'm on the subject. Oh, hey. No, I'm dead. Yes, Sonic 06, which none of us call Sonic the Hedgehog because... No, Mario, sadly, doesn't really... No, Star Fox! That's actually a good example of a game that's been rebooted. Twice. Because Star Fox 64 was a reboot, and Star Fox Zero was a reboot.
It's just a noise.
Yes, I'm still salty about that. Nice place. Very gross. Chitter, chitter, chitter. You guys scared yet? I'm sorry. You know, it's actually funny to me how much more tense Duskers was than this. I mean, I hate to draw direct parallels, but we just played that game. real talk for a second, Melkor. So I wasn't actually aware of Sonic 06 when Sonic 06 came out. I played it later. Thus, I've actually never called it Sonic the Hedgehog, because I never knew it as that. I've always known it as Sonic 06. And it took until I played it and saw the title screen to realize that it wasn't literally titled Sonic 06. So anyways, now I have a shotgun. Ho ho ho. I use a GTX 1080 or a 1080i. I forget which. Size. I think it's a GTX. It's a 1080. Whatever it be. I haven't seen any stuttering so far, too, so it looks like the stuff we did might have worked. So, to talk that out loud, so I actually looked this up. Like I said, a lot of people are having issues with the PC port of this game. Basically everyone. It's still not great, but what I did, excuse me, is I turned VSync on. Or no, I didn't turn VSync on, sorry. I turned, oh, where the hell is it? Oh, here we go. So I turned anti-aliasing off entirely because it's poorly designed drivel. And there was one other option I changed, which I don't remember what it was. Hang on. See, now I can't remember all the steps. It was like turning certain type of anti-aliasing off entirely, and maybe I turned the VSync off. That's what helped it. And then I set the process up to not do anything for full screen adjustment, and then I had to manually go in and change the process priority to high, and then I did one other thing. I don't remember what it is. I'll look it up. But we'll see if it actually works or not. So far, we haven't had a lot of stuttering issues like we were yesterday, but we'll see. We'll see. Supposedly, the process thing is the big thing that really helps. So a soft reboot is a game or book or movie or show or whatever that is effectively a reboot, but not literally. Star Trek 2009 is a soft reboot. God, oh my god, I'm so shocked by this development. It's pretty impressive taking shock dead blast like that. Mass Effect Andromeda would also be a soft reboot. That's another example.
Keep coming.
More than there were, that's for certain.
Time to move.
Okay, we have enough bullets to kill them all. We got this. I wonder how they got all the like, there's a lot of bones here. How many people have they been getting, and where have they been getting them from to drag them here? Anyways. It's a hard reboot. See, you say Star Trek 09 is a hard reboot, but you're wrong. And I don't mean to say that like that, but you are wrong, because Spock's in it. because it's still part of the original continuity, because it still acknowledges the original continuity. A hard reboot is when none of the original continuity is acknowledged whatsoever. It is effectively an entirely new continuity. Not timeline, new continuity. Complete disconnect. So, you want an example of a hard reboot? You're looking at it. The new Tomb Raider series is a hard reboot. None of the previous Tomb Raiders exist at all when it comes to this new one. Yeah, Star Trek 09 and those three films are actually part of the continuity of Star Trek. They're part of the overall canon. Yeah, DMC is a hard reboot. Star Trek 09 is, so, very minor spoilers, but it's a spoiler at the very beginning of the movie. What happens is, way in the future, Spock, along with Nero, end up going through a wormhole and going back in time and changing history, creating a branching timeline. But it's, as you can see by this connection, it is still part of Star Trek, right? It's not a new Star Trek. Our Spock, Prime Spock, as he's referred to as, still exists within that setting. Oh, wrong thing. And yes, a lot of the Batman films would also qualify as hard reboots.
Something's blocking this.
Exactly, Loner. A hard reboot might as well be its own new story, using the same thing. You could also refer to a hard reboot as a retelling. I suppose the Battlestar Galactica show would also qualify as a hard reboot. Whereas, say, Stargate Atlantis would be a soft reboot. Although that's actually not quite accurate. So, whatever. Ignore me on that one.
There we go.
I've heard that too, Zeiss. Not sure what I think of that. Yeah, that's why I corrected myself, Shaluda. I mean, I don't like either Battlestar Galactica show or Dream Whisperer, so I'm not the person to ask that. If anybody else wants to, go for it. Gold. Precious gold. That's actually a better example. Stargate SG-1 is effectively a soft reboot of the film. And I know that sounds strange, but it's because the film... Like, SG-1 does take the film into account. And some of the same actors did return, but several actors changed, and the tone changed, and the feel changed, and the approach changed, and blah, blah, blah. By all accounts, Loner, and keep in mind we're not sure of this, but by all accounts, Doom 4 is a hard reboot. There are some bits of background lore within Doom 4 that could indicate it's actually a soft reboot, and that the Doomslayer is, in fact, the same Doomslayer from previous games, but that is a debated topic. We'll see if Doom Eternal clears that up at all. Or that. Did you see what just happened? So, F is the contextual prompt for clearing the trap. You saw it pop up there. But apparently I, went 1 inch too far or too far away, like this, so it was away. And in that case, F is a melee attack, which moves you forward an inch. Yeah, a lot of ammo. That's not suspicious at all. I don't mind context-sensitive buttons is actually something that could lead to some very good game design. It just usually doesn't. Believe it or not, I can't actually speak at length about Doom 3, so I can't speak as whether that's a hard or soft reboot. I didn't like Doom 3 that much. I played it through and then I walked away. Shrug. Hi, Gediltenberg. What's up? To a game that I am trying very hard to like.
What's behind that door?
A Tyrannosaurus? I would give this game a plus if there's a T-Rex behind there. Or at least I would be enjoyable by it. Yeah, the lighting issues have been pretty consistent, Zeiss, which is why that's probably a negative. Do you have an example, Revenstig? Because I'm struggling to come up, think about that. I mean, I guess there's, the Twilight Zone. No, Nymph, it's okay. There's totally a T-Rex behind that door. It's gonna be okay. There's gonna be a T-Rex. Unfortunately, we've probably already had the T-Rex of this game. It was the skeleton. So we've probably got our T-Rex quota in. Yeah, honestly, Gediltenberg, which I'm probably pronouncing your name terribly, please forgive me. I'm not feeling this game so far. I want to like this game. And I went into this excited, yeah, I'm going to play this game, it's going to be awesome, and I'm just like... I keep trying to think of things that I can praise about it, and I can't. I stand by my original statement, this game is a little too paint by numbers. And I suppose this goes back to that question, am I more forgiving to a game that I know was rushed? Yes, but also no. I'm not going to hold up back on negatives, I'm just going to feel bad for the people who made it. Ah, Man in High Castle. That is neither a soft nor a hard reboot, but I can't talk about why because it's spoiling. Yeah, Anthem has one of the worst development cycles I've ever seen in a video game. And that's saying something. I've studied FF12 and Dragon Age 2.
The box could be here.
But yeah, no. Anthem just... Anthem is such a nightmare in terms of the behind the scenes. It's still one of the worst reviewed games I've ever looked at, and is probably the worst game I've ever reviewed to date. Until we review Ride to Hell Retribution, which is probably going to be a thing someday. The game's literally pulling jump scares. Jump scares are cheap. You know? Okay. Honestly, I fully expect that reviewing bad games is going to become more and more of a thing on this show. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I mean, it means I have to play a terrible game, but terrible games should be reviewed so we can understand why they're terrible. I mean, Quest 64 is already on the list. If you look in the upper left, Takoida, above that, you'll see the next games. If you're trying to figure out which games are highest priority, well, basically take into account both number of funders and number of funding, and that should give you your answer. Both are taken into account equally. So you can sort by funding, or you can sort by funders, and then just look at the other numbers, which are now visible on the sheet. I think the last jump scare that actually got me, and you're going to make fun of me for this, was Jurassic Park, the original. Yeah, that's not physically possible to do it. I'm not adding a frickin' algorithm to do something that I don't have a physical algorithm for. I just eyeball it, like a GM, and I say, okay, there. Do I want to do that one or that one? It's the arm. That's the jump scare that got me in Jurassic Park 1. That would be worse. I'd rather play a bad game than a boring game. Please do not make me play boring games, guys. Yeah, at least bad we can A, just, you know, kind of figure out why it's bad, and B, you know, have some amusement in making fun of the game. A boring game is just, okay. So this is going to sound like an extremely minor complaint, and that's because it is. But there's no firing from the hip in this game. If you've ever wondered why sometimes an enemy will charge me when I've got, you know, a gun equipped, and then the enemy's like, oh, I'm going to get you, and I don't shoot, it's because I'm hitting this button, which, as you can see, is doing nothing. Like, I'm clicking, nothing happens. You have to aim down the sights in order to shoot. A game that is objectively bad that I like anyways. Castlevania 2. Also, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I could probably think of others, but those are my two go-tos. Nip, 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 nip. Shooting from the hip is stupid, I agree. At least in real life. Of course, we know how much of an association with real life this game has. But I feel you. Once upon a time, I would add Mega Man 7 to that list, but honestly, I just don't enjoy Mega Man 7 like I used to. I can't say that. Oh yeah, Red Alert 2, while we're on the subject. I'm kidding. Well, kinda. Red Alert 2 has some issues. So yeah, that was a pop-up that just came up and alt-tabbed us by force. There we go. Okay, so I can get over there. Yeah, that guy really wants to climb. He's like, you know, sometimes you just gotta climb. Well, I haven't reviewed Mega Man 1 yet, so I don't know, Melkor Blade. However, if you asked me, I would probably say yes. I don't remember Mega Man 1 particularly fondly. We'll see when we get there, but in the interests of honesty, I imagine that Mega Man 1 will be just a game with not very many positives or negatives. It will just kind of be there, you know. You know, good core, good basis for a series, but that's about it. Oh, I get it. Okay.
Now I'm getting somewhere.
No, no. Sadly, Mega Man 1 was not my first Mega Man game.
This'll do. Almost done.
See, it kind of bothers me how she constantly acts like she's weak or helpless when, you know, she's
Where are they all coming from?
murdering people by the literal dozens. You know? It's like humanization. Like, humanization isn't weak. So why's he acting like he is? What the hell, man? Basically, there's a severe amount of gameplay and story segregation, and while some gameplay story segregation makes sense and is basically inevitable, I do feel like, you know, the gameplay story segregation is a bad thing, basically. Like, I think that there's too much of it in this game. Are we done with the killings? Is everyone killed? I feel like I still have combat music playing here. Wobble can. Thank you very much, Cubanization. Very much obliged, sir. And you happen to know where you want to put that sub? I can jot it down right now. Type, or by type I mean, right. Yeah, and you know what? It reminds me of Other M, to be completely blunt. Because in Other M, you're playing Samus Aran, which, by the way, is neither a soft nor a hard reboot. It's just another Metroid game. And you're playing Samus Aran well into her career. It's like the second latest game in the series, and yet she turns into a whimpering, simmering girl, and it's like, no. You're playing Samus Aran. It doesn't fit. Like, Lara being, you know, at the first game? Sure, that makes sense. It's her first game. This is the third one. Kakarot, you got it. I mean, ignoring the obvious fact that this is the third game, which I just mentioned, there's also the fact that we have been gunning people down left and right effortlessly throughout this entire game. I'm not asking her to be Ripley, although actually I guess I am, now that I'm thinking about it. Because Ripley was another excellent example of someone who
Impossible.
get a really good balance of, you know, not being a simpering mouse without being an action hero. God damn it, who's donating? Who dares? I got alt tab. Alright, whatever. Let's alt tab. Let's just commit to it. Customisation. 10. Thank you very much, Malcor Blade. Very much appreciate the support. Thank you. And I've put that towards Grandia 1. And you're saying, is it a Premier Run or a Classic Run? So I've never played it. But unfortunately, the terminology between Premier Run and Classic Run has blurred. To the point where what I would consider one or the other is no longer valid. And for marketing purposes, I've basically decided to make it so that Classic Runs are older and Premier Runs are newer. And that's it. So that'll be a Classic Run, even though I've never played it. Actually, that's a good way to put that, Permeus. She should be acting like Black Widow at this point. You know, compartmentalized, coldly detached. Oh, time to kill another 5 guys.
Two doors, of course. But this must be the last one.
I mean, it's not like Black Widow doesn't have emotions and sensibility and characterization. And even Black Widow has things that terrify her. You remember in the Avengers, one of my favorite moments is when she actually encounters the Hulk. For real. Although I suppose I'm going to take that back. One of my favorite moments is actually like 6 different moments in Avengers where the only time Black Widow ever lets anyone get under her skin is around the Hulk. Loki? No problem. Agents and aliens and all that. Yeah, no, she's got that. But the Hulk terrifies her, which I always thought was actually a really nice little bit. Because, you know, she is smart enough to be terrified by the Hulk. Yeah, Loki's just another supernatural. There's this wonderful scene where she's sitting there in shock because she has just fled from the Hulk. And then the camera cuts away for a bit, and then it cuts back to her, and she's like, okay, I got this. But the point is that off camera, she has been sitting there huddled in terror, in shock, for the last several minutes. I will also give some credit on that to Scarlett Johansson, which, despite what some people might think, I do believe is a legitimately very good actress, so that helps. But anyways, I'm sorry. Forgive me for gushing about the Avengers, but my point being that we could have that for Lara. You know? I don't know what the Hulk equivalent would be, because I don't know this setting that well. But my point being that she could be just completely unfazed by, you know, everything except for, like, this one or two things, and that's the thing that gets to her. Maybe anything to do with her dad? You know, it just kind of opens up a weakness? Something like that? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. It could be a T-Rex! That's all. It's true. It could be a frickin' T-Rex. That could literally terrify her. One of my other favorites... Forgive me for gushing about Scarlett Johansson's performance again, but there's this great bit where she is... How am I supposed to break this? There's this great bit right at the beginning when she's actually talking to Bruce. And Bruce... and the whole conversation, she's calm, reserved, collected. Hi, TMS Mushroom. And she's, you know, she's completely on top of things, and she's very conversational. And then he does the thing where he smacks his hands out and says, "Stop lying to me!" And within less than a second, she has retrieved the hidden gun and has it pointed at him, and she is like this, like shaking just a bit. And we see that just how terrified she's been this entire time, that he's gonna turn into the Hulk on her, and you know, and she's barely handling it. And it takes her several seconds to recover from the fact that he did that. He actually apologized for it and everything. And she's just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then after several seconds, she calls off the you know, the entire squad of people that she brought with her. I love how I'm still in combat too. That's an excellent thing. I'm taking suggestions at this point, by the way. I'm running out of ideas. By which I mean I'm actually out of ideas at this point. You notice I was avoiding doing this just to prevent her, but she's not even saying anything. She's just like, oh. Good luck on the matches, TMS Mushroom. Well, you mean like Professor Hulk, Baron Same? Although Professor Hulk doesn't really have the anger. Aha! Okay, I see it. See, I knew I had to get to the other side, but I was trying to figure out how. I probably shouldn't go for this, but whatever. Honestly, though, and this is just going to sound strange here, but I think the Hulk with intelligence, well, it is still a terrifying thing. It's a different type of terror. Part of the problem with the Hulk is that he doesn't have control. Is that he could kill you because you've done nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Because you happened to be there. So, I don't think it would actually be as terrifying. Also, to be completely blunt, Hulk with a brain is Thanos. Terrifying, certainly, but different type of terror.
I'll need to tether that snake spigot to the crank.
Looking for enemies, Lara, and I'm not seeing any. Am I just stuck in combat? This is starting to feel like a bug, honestly. Well, whatever. Yeah, comics wave back and forth in between soft reboots and hard reboots. In fact, some things that have intended to be hard reboots have actually turned into soft reboots because of changed opinions or decisions or whatever. No, I figured out the puzzle. I'm trying to get out of combat. Unless this is just supposed to be a combat section while I solve the puzzle, which it could be. I'm not even seeing anybody, like, even in the distance. I hear him. I don't see him. Well, whatever. Like I said, Dakota, I'm trying to get out of combat. Just failing at it. Yet normally, Permeus, when someone says this game is too dark for me, I imagine they mean something else than what you and I mean here. Whatever. Okay, so I need to get it to there. Okay, we'll do it from this side. Or not. Hello? Is it seriously not going to let me? It's not going to let me cut the rope. Alright, whatever. And the other one just fades into existence.
It won't turn.
There, we got the corpse off of it. That's true. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Now with even more shadows.
I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the
Right.
basin.
Shut up, Lara. Come on. Ah. Up. Up. Okay, the icon popped up for a second there. No, hang on. Come on, just let me get that icon to pop up again so I can interact with this stupid thing. Come on. Ah, come on! I know what to do, it just won't let me. By the way, fun fact, check this out. Oh, now it's letting me. Okay, that was weird. Earlier, it would not let me go any lower. Okay, seriously, game. What am I doing wrong here? If I can just shoot it? Let's just try shooting it. Shooting it's a good trick. Nope.
I'll need to turn the spigot.
Maybe this will make it pop up. No, it's like here. I saw it for a millisecond when I was swimming earlier. But of course, the context-sensitive things, like if they go away, then you can't. So I'm just gonna start mashing F here in case I run into it. Do it. Ah. Scrap. Listen, you guys, this is a very tense situation. Can't you tell?
It won't turn.
You know one of my favorite bits of storytelling from the original Command & Conquer? It's just a shot. There's no dialogue. It's a shot of some graves with Tiberium growing out of, like, right in front of the gravestones. That was good storytelling. And that was wonderfully creepy. That stuck with me ever since. I love that. So if anybody has any hints or tricks, I mean, I'll freely take it here, because obviously I am supposed to break that thing free, and I just can't seem to do it. I'm not 100% sure why. Oh, I need to raise the... Oh, okay. Thank you, Nymph. That would never have occurred to me, I will freely admit. I would just have assumed that I need to activate it, which if you notice, again, it did show up for a millisecond, so there probably is a way to just do that.
Good. This is promising.
I imagine speedrunners manage the trick that I unintentionally stumbled into there. Hey, look! Yeah, that is not what I would call intuitive puzzle design. Anyone else? Honestly, we've got a headcanon going that kind of leans in that direction, Baron. Although it's not super blood, it's actually mana. But still. That's an option, Melford Blade, which I'm actually in favor of that being an option. I'm down with good closed captioning. I think we might be out of combat, guys. I'll laugh if we get out of here and it's still like... Super. How many of you are there? How do you sustain your population? I've killed like 40 of you. In this one area. Oh no, I'm very scared now. Oh, for God's sakes. I have killed a lot of you people. What do you want? Nice carving your mouth away, by the way.
They didn't enter.
You know, that would make more sense if they were afraid of her, since she just killed dozens of them. But no, it's probably because of the fact that they're afraid of this place.
These figures, they look like those creatures, but they're graceful.
That would actually make sense. I like that, Kira.
Yashil, goddesses of protection. The silver box of Ishal was forged in paradise and brought to Earth. Did those creatures make the box? Neither false gods nor zealots shall be allowed to pass.
Well, I'm neither.
They're protecting it. Is that why they fought me so viciously? Here they keep the box until the sun's renewal. Here. It has to be here.
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
An eclipse and a heron. Like the tattoos on Onaratu's arm. But where's the box?
First we have to fight a giant golem monster. Nickname, Hulk.
Full shock.
Can I help you? Oh, I guess I should hold the control button. It's another running sequence. You love these, right? These are the best parts of the game, right? This is the third one of these we've had so far. So, that was interesting. Getting hit actually ate my input.
They must think I destroyed it.
Who cares what they think, Laura? I'll give them, in this case, we probably should run, though. I'll actually give them that. Unlike before, where we were running from, like, 5 guys, which we've killed dozens of. Here we're running from, like, 100 guys we've killed dozens of. So that, okay, sure. Better set piece than the previous one. Did you see the guys ragdoll before they finished the jump there? That was hysterical. They are terrible aims. We are basically a stationary target right now. Yeah, but you could see why that's kind of not a good thing from a game design thing on Falkenstein. Jump! No. Ah! Nevertheless, despite my trepidations, that was actually probably the best of the 3 chase sequences we've had so far. The first one was just kind of there as a tutorial, and the second one was stupid. Like, actively stupid. This one makes sense. I'm actually with it. Like, remember, one of the other problems I had with the second one... Mostly because, like, I mean, everything was wrong with the second one, you know what I mean? Anytime I alt-tab, the sound dies for a moment. That's why I'm trying to avoid alt-tabbing. I kind of had to there, so whatever. Missing gear. Oh, okay. God. I know we've said this before, but she is a twig. I'm pretty sure my arm is literally as wide as her waist is.
I can use these to climb out of here.
They certainly worked for him. There you go. We're not wearing sandals anymore. We're wearing whatever these are called. Yeah, whatever they're called, the answer is yes. As you can see. Okay, it looks like we took them off. We did. They're just magically gone. They retract. There we go. Yeah, they're part of the nanite swarm we've got going on. There, watch. See our feet, and ka-chung! And now they're there. Technically infinite hyperspeed bolt thrower. Depends on how much mana is available locally. Actually, yes, Baron. Although it's been a long time at this point. I used to love rock climbing.
Yes.
God, I love how many full things I'm seeing nowadays. Listen, would it even be a Tomb Raider game if we weren't constantly killing nameless Nazi moves? I'm only kind of joking. I mean, again, Indiana Jones, you know. Or Uncharted. We're the superior version of Inspector Gadget.
There's no other way.
Because we don't have to say, go, go, Gadget, such and such every time we do it. True, Velcro True. Dun-dun-dun-dun, Inspector Gadget. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Not that I ever used to watch that show. That's why you never go rock climbing alone. No, seriously, that is one of the main reasons. At least that's what I was taught, which, again, was a forever time ago. It depends on what we're fixing exactly, Adam. Like, is this kind of an end of all life sort of situation? Because you posit a Type 2 time travel situation. If you want to try a different planet order, I recommend going to Korriban right off the bat, and make sure you take Bastila with you. I always do Korriban last, too. It makes sense to do it, A, because piranhas! Piranhas! Piranha death. Piranhas. Anyways, what was I saying? Something about... Oh, yeah. I like to do Korriban last first because spoilers, but second and substantially more importantly, I always like to do things worst to best. That's pretty much my approach in everything. And I consider Korriban to be one of the best planets. So between the two reasons, I pretty much always do Korriban last. That's true, Loner. I do like that they let you choose the order, though. I like Manon. Our current, as in the life we live in right now, is dystopia. Well, then he and I would have to have a very long conversation about exactly what his timeline is like, Adam. Also, it depends on what we're doing exactly to, fix the timeline. If he asked me to kill my niece to fix the timeline, then he's going to have a broken neck in a few minutes. Ooh, that's a good idea. Get Kashyyyk first. Kashyyyk. And then you have more Jolee. Or you could do Tatooine first. Just saying, HK. You can also get HK, leave, go start Kashyyyk, get Jolee, leave, go do Korriban. What am I doing? What am I doing? What? Okay. I don't have my guns, apparently. No, for some reason.
Whatever those things are, doesn't really matter while they're chasing you. Who left those carvings of the heron in the eclipse? I have to talk to Unuratu about them.
I don't remember what I was going for. So many of these look so worthless. No, there's a hold your breath longer perk. There's a whole lot of story rewards. I don't know what they are yet. And challenge tomb rewards. Whatever. Increased swimming speed, increased swimming breath. And I'll just sit on the rest for now. Yeah, this feels like WoW vanilla talent trees. I need more hides, of course I do. Or actually, I should check. I can't change outfits. Okay, apparently I can, in fact, change outfits. I'm still seeing some frame drops, but it's better than it was. Oh, that's like 15 FPS there, look at that. Ew. God, that's a little bit dizzying, honestly. Really, Niv? Wow.
Laura, if you can hear me,
I'm here.
we're not at Unuratu's. We're in a cave nearby. The entrance is marked with a heron and an eclipse.
On my way.
Tessellation is in fact off. Most things are off right now, although I did turn textures and shadows back up because I couldn't stand it on low, to be completely honest with you. Oh, I can turn the brightness up. Blah. Let's just leave it cranked, see what happens. I have never played Horizon Zero Dawn. Ever. I'll go ahead and turn the hair back off. I turned the hair on, by the way. It was off, so that wasn't the culprit.
All full up. Can't carry any more.
Hey, Tostenhauer, excuse me.
Maybe they could provide support. Do you have it?
It was a trap. The box was taken and Unuratu was captured.
We heard. We're working on a plan.
If you heard, then whatever.
She's being held at the prison by the old temple. Akan led a raid, and was taken too.
We'll charge the bridge that leads to the prison.
It's aggressive. What if I climb up here, free her, and then signal to attack?
That could work. Let's leave scouting the temple in the upper district. could find you a way in.
I'll go talk to him.
We'll have backup ready once you get her out.
Sounds good.
For strength and safety.
Thank
Definitely
you.
not disguising or anything. Yeah, good luck, Adam. What?
I'll get her out.
You know, we've interacted with this woman like twice so far. Literally twice. Why do we care so much? I mean, I know we're good guys, but they're acting like this is some old friend. Oh my god, we look really stupid. Enables interactions with cultists. I mean, I like being a good guy as much as the next person. It's just... whatever. She, Vermius. That's also not 100% true. In fact, that's not even 50% true. The reason she's locked up is because she's the true heir to the throne, involved in a battle with the actual bad guy. And he wants to get the box to remake reality, and she doesn't want him to. They were going to do their attack regardless of us. It's just we kind of moved up the timetable. Don't mistake me. Again, I'm down for helping. I think we should help. It's just... that scene was written and presented in a... you've got to get him back. It's very important to me kind of a way. And it's like... it's the wrong tone. Really, game? Okay, fine, whatever. Proper motivation. I mean, so far our motivation in general is they killed my father, which, okay. And I like finding stuff, which, okay.
May they all be cursed.
Hey guys. Hail to the false god, or whatever his name is. Oh my god, there's... oh, jeez. Oh, did you see that stutter? Hey, what's up? Don't mind me, I'm just gonna squeeze in with this door that you could never, ever enter.
All these fallen soldiers, far more rebels than cultists.
Well, yeah, the cultists have arrows and armor.
Hachevanu chikin topikonov. Chenjumpel batelilo chhel beshunaje.
Beishan intukul. Minano nukolov. Malov. Yetel mishutskan sanilobi. Tsokil hetz tantike.
Bailey kun uchulo. Hachwahel un binton utsil wabinan kukulkantik wignalones.
What's a doer, Zeiss?
Kukulkanut at ukantoon tulakaon. Yanulak mashmaleti.
Oh god, I could actually picture that loner. No, the cultists are good people. You can tell because of the butchering and the murdering and the death. The forced slow walk. I want to know how he became the head of Trinity while being from this place. Because he was born here, they mentioned that. He's a native.
Lara, your serpent guard disguise is good.
Clearly, because I recognized you instantly!
I discovered the passphrase for the prison where they're holding my mother. Innocent eyes will blink at dawn, when weakness falls away.
Understood. We'll get her out, Etzli.
There's one more thing. Hakan has been captured. He's my friend Kiara's dad. If he is sacrificed,
I'll see what I can do.
hell's green?
Papa, you can't leave me, please.
You there, girl! Get away from that door! Your rebel father will die for his actions.
Papa, I love you.
That must be Kiara, the girl Etzli mentioned, which means Hakan is in that cell. I've got to find a way to get him out.
I have an idea. Let me pull out my AK-47 and shoot them. Bop, 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 bop. Brah, bop, bop, bop. No? No?
It's too heavy. I'll need to find some help.
You've got to be kidding me with this. Yeah, as long as she's smart about it, she could kill a lot of these people.
Maybe these rebels will give up after they see what happens when they get caught.
Fine.
I'm sorry, Ahau. Please don't hurt me. I only wanted to say goodbye to my father.
I'm not gonna hurt you, Kiara. I'm with the rebellion.
How do you know my name?
Your friend Etzli told me I should help you.
He did?
Yes. So why don't you tell me what's happened?
My father blames Kukulkan for Mother's death. I told him that nothing would bring her back, but he didn't listen. He tried to kill Kukulkan and now he's going to die and I will be left all alone.
Hey, it'll be okay, little one. Maybe I can help.
Really? There are other rebels here in the square. They want to help as well, but they're too scared. Maybe you can convince them.
I'll do whatever I can, Kiara. I promise you. I won't let them take your father from you.
Thank you, Ahau.
Call me Lara.
I'm awake, But
Maybe these rebels will give up after they see what happens when they get caught.
I don't know if I would qualify as an FF geek. I'm not really one for paraphernalia.
What an excellent
I have no
name.
posters on my walls. No extra things. I've got some sharks. Does that count? Like, okay, you're probably thinking, Lore, you're being horrible. I mean, this poor girl and her father. Yeah, no, let me be clear about this. Speaking as someone who has done a decent amount of voice directing in his life, if you ever tell an actor to sound sincere, that tone we just heard from both characters is the tone you tend to get. It sounds very fake and kind of flat. It's one of the... I try not to give direction like sound sincere, specifically to avoid that problem. I've heard worse voice acting, but that was boring voice acting. That's in addition to the boring camera angles, which all the side quests have.
Give up after they see what happens when they get caught.
Don't be alarmed. I'm a friend of Unuratu's. I'm trying to free the prisoner and I need your help.
Of course, but those guards will kill us if we get too close.
It's okay. I have a freaking automatic rifle. A fully automatic rifle.
Musician, grace us all with the sounds of your instruments.
But how? The executions are being prepared. You know it is forbidden at this time.
That's true. I also have a shotgun and an almost fully upgraded pistol, while we're on the subject.
Blessings, Ahau. Are you enjoying the executions?
The executions? Of course, but I need you to stop the prayers for now.
And hey, Crocodile. What's up?
Why did the attendant sound the whole...
Actually, that's an interesting question.
Sure there's a reason. But remain alert all the same.
I want to free the prisoner, but I can't do it alone.
You must be the Ishiki Unuratu spoke of. If you can make it safe, I will help open the door.
Okay, there's no executions now.
Would you play your instruments for an envoy of the gods?
We would be honored, Ahau.
Listen, Revan, you just need to sound more Jedi-like, okay?
And now music? Will this execution ever happen?
Come on. You better make sure everyone stays in line.
This is doubly stupid since we are totally strong enough to do this, as demonstrated earlier. Superhuman Lara.
Okay, the guards are gone.
Then we must
Gone.
move now.
They've moved 5 feet forward, but it's okay. They have no peripheral. Okay, this is doubly funny, since we obviously can do at least half of this.
This won't work. Both levers need to be held open if I'm gonna get inside. I need someone else.
How do they design that?
Safe now. Help me open the door.
Yes, we must move.
Hey, dude. Hey. Hey. Sorry.
Damn, the horn sounded.
Oh no, I might have to kill people on my way out.
Priest.
Don't worry, I'm a friend.
I do not have any friends that look like you.
That's true.
Trust me, I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Your daughter's waiting. Can you walk?
Kiara.
Damn.
Kiara. Go! Get someplace safe. I will find you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's a wolf? What's a
I'll
sheep?
find us a way out of here.
I remember you now. You are the outsider I saw.
Also, generally you don't want to associate as a wolf in sheep's clothing if you're a good person, but let's ignore that.
Stay close.
A sheep in wolf's clothing might have actually worked better. But let's not get into that. I'm a jaguar in Kipibaro's clothing. Oh, okay, I'm with that.
The way out is blocked.
If only we had some kind of shotgun.
If we work together, we can move this stone.
Yeah, he's been dangling from a thing for a while and he's injured. We're the ones moving the stone here.
Showing me the way.
You helped.
Not that. The way to what's important. To my daughter. Here, this knife. It belonged to my wife. I was going to kill Kukulkan with it. I have no use for it now.
Reinforced knife, get. Kid, shush.
Kiara!
I thought I was never going to see.
I was gonna say, he had a knife on him, too.
I am so sorry, my sweet child. Let me
Somewhere.
look at you. I promise I will never leave you again. Come on. Let's go home.
Hey, Nymph, have you done the other side quest in this game? It was in his hair. No, it was in his brain. Hey! There you go. Alright, do the side quests get better? Because so far, I've only seen 3 side quests, and I hate to judge based on 3 side quests, but they have been awful. Like, actually bad. Main quest? Okay, yeah, you know, main quest, there's issues, but for the most part it's alright. But the side quests have been bad. Yeah, so... Guys, we need to debate a negative for side quests, which is so rare. Usually I give positive for side quests. Sometimes I give more than one positive for side quests. When we get to Oblivion, that's a game that's going to give many positive for side quests. What do you guys think? Is this just the absence of a positive, or is this full negative territory? And I definitely want your thoughts, Nymph, since you've actually done them. Because there's a lot of side quests I haven't been doing. I just accidentally alt-tabbed. Damn it. Oh, here, let me move forward in total silence.
Only the exalted and knowing may enter this sacred ground.
Innocent eyes will blink at dawn when weakness falls away.
You may enter.
Now, Inosian says whether they're mandatory or not. So, for those of you who haven't heard us, because we've determined this, over the last several games, we have reached the point where we have determined that side content does not disqualify it from positives or negatives. Like, if there's a side quest that's really good, that's completely optional and nothing to it, that's still a positive. And if there's a side minigame that's really bad, that is completely optional, that's still a negative. And short, whether it's mandatory or not is no longer a part of the equation. That being said, a side quest that is bad, or a minigame that is bad, that is mandatory is kind of a separate problem, but that's otherwise. So, this brings us to the question. Are these, neutral or are these bad? I notice Nymph hasn't answered yet, so I'm kind of holding out on this until I hear his answer.
How long are you going to maintain this charade of rebellion?
Until we succeed, and you're no longer a threat.
You say this to my face?
Amaru, remember who you are.
I am one of you.
Yeah. Is that why you had me arrested?
If my brother was alive, rest his soul.
Yeah, he will think this bickering is a waste of time. Come home.
I am home. This is home. Unuratu, dream for a moment. How will Paititi prosper when Dawn comes in a world without threats coming from the outside?
Aren't you such a threat? Remake the world? We all create destiny, together as we are.
Everything I've ever done has been for Paititi. Everything! When it was divided, I unified it! I am the only one who sees the real threat here.
You come and go as if your life here is optional.
Yes. I have lived the outside world, and I have seen what's to come. Every day, it encroaches. Paititi will not survive its invasion. Everything we are will be taken or destroyed.
Well, then we must fight for it together, according to the will of its people.
By restoring the sun. That will only ensure Paititi's safety for a moment. But then, it doesn't protect us from discovery, invasion. Our destiny is to be doomed. No! No, we must be bold, decisive. Act with me. I need your intelligence, your resilience in my world.
A world ruled by the cult of Kukulkan? Or should I say Trinity?
If it's control you want, you can have it. Just help me now ensure Paititi's safety, and then, by all means, you can govern it as you wish. I will give you the throne. I will do it.
No. I will find the box and restore the sun.
Okay, I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt here. I'm not sure if it's a sign of good writing or bad that the villain makes reasonable, logical arguments and the good guy ally doesn't. You notice she hasn't made any argument. She hasn't made her case. Her biggest thing is that you're evil. Okay, then I will do this, and you can do this. No. No, you are nothing more than evil because the outside. Yes, I go to the outside to do this. No, but you are evil. But why? I'm more on his side than hers. Legitimately. Like, at least he has a point.
May its light be your judge.
Why do you think so little of me? Take her back to her cell.
You can send me back, but I will never betray your people.
No, you will just fail them. The box is gone. A missionary, Andres Lopez. He stole it 400 years ago.
What?
You just wasted your life searching in the wrong place. Leave me now.
Exposition more than meets the eye. Okay, hang on. Pause. This, I'm thinking bad writing. Was this guy in the previous games? Because Trinity in the second game was Nazis. Like not literally, you know, they were not part of the fascist party, but they were killing civilians, right? And they have also been that way in this game. Like, every time we've seen the thugs or the cultists, they are, cartoonishly evil, you know, go Cobra. Kind of, they're freaking Cobra. That's actually a good way to put that. They're freaking Cobra. So, what I want to know is, why is there this gulf of disconnect between an intelligent, surprisingly well-written, compelling, logical villain who seems to be a reasonably decent person and has been so every single time he's shown up, and then he's running Cobra. Now, it's funny you say that, Nymph. If you remember earlier in the game, Commander Rourke, whoever the hell that is, said something about, hey, the council has voted to keep you in charge despite the setbacks. So Nymph says it's a means to an end. What do you want to bet it is a means to an end, but in reverse? As in, the evil cultists keep him in charge because he happens to be a good leader, despite the fact that he's a decent person. Although that doesn't explain why he is in charge. Although I suppose you could think the logic there is, well, better me than someone else. Still, you think you could revamp things a little bit and make it less Cobra. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Whatever. I'm just talking out loud at this point. I'm probably putting too much thought into this. Which is never something I feel I should say, but here we are. Hello, fellow evil cultists. I am very evil and fellow. Death to anybody who has a reasonable brain. Mindless torture. You don't mind me looting.
I know where she is. I'm going in. Another group of children is on their way from Khan, traveling via steamship. Of the 10 I have sent, please keep a close eye on the one called Amaru. He shows the greatest promise. However, he is prone to bouts of sullenness and often complains about missing his brother. I suggest a special curriculum be created for this one. Something that will keep him too occupied to be homesick.
Right.
Okay, we're on our way. Did you feel the tremor before?
Yeah, when I was in the cenote. It was a foreshock. The earthquake is coming soon. We have to hurry.
Yeah. When we get Unuratu out, we'll all go find the box together.
Yeah. Oh, God, the stutter.
Impossible.
The stutter.
I can't carry anymore.
You know, this is going to sound horrible. I would rather have load screens than stutter. Like, I get that load screens are kind of a taboo, and, you know, we try to avoid them and have seamless transitions. And a good seamless transition game is awesome. But I would rather have load screens than stutter. Stutter just completely ruins my experience. I'm trying really hard not to let that affect me other than the one negative I've already given.
Shit! It's breaking! That was close.
I have seen The Truman Show. No, I don't think it's a horror show. Or a movie, I guess. Okay. I hate to make fun, but did you see the blood splatter before we hit the rock? Because I did. The rock was like, huh! And then she ran into it. It did it again! It did it again! Oh my god. What was the game we were playing recently that had a lot of polish and a lot of attention to detail? I actually don't remember. Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense, Perennian. It was Shovel Knight, I think, yeah. This is the opposite of Shovel Knight in terms of attention to detail. What? Of course you could, Gumcum. You could die from falling on a bench. Also, for being honest, Disco Elysium had really good attention to detail, too. I'll give it that.
Shit! It's breaking!
Yes, the game is definitely breaking, because the camera is doing weird things and making that happen. I think I love how it's not just one splat, it's like a splurt. It's like a non-stop splurt of blood out of the rock. I swear I'm not dying over and over on purpose. I feel like I'm running into a bug. Let's see how this works out. But I'm having issues here. Because the game kind of does the Uncharted thing where it sort of takes camera control away from you a bit. And stuff like that happens. Yeah, this might actually be a legitimate bug here. I did it the first time without issue.
Shit! It's breaking!
See, like that. Okay, so let me try to explain what's happening. This is the second time I've managed this. Okay, so here's the rock I'm at. And here's the rock I'm trying to jump to, right? And they're linearly right next to each other, like in a line. So I move around to the edge of this rock until I'm right here. And I just have to jump in a straight line on the y-axis over to here. So I wait until I'm doing this animation, so I know it's ready for me to jump. And then I do the jump, and then I jump. Instead of in a straight line out this way, I jump over this way, out that. And there's nothing to catch out there, so I just jump and I fall to my death. And I'm not actually sure why that's happening. And if I wait too long, well, that's what So I thought maybe if I just wait a little bit longer, it'll confirm. Waiting a little bit longer is what I did the last 3 or 4 deaths, when I would just fall here. And, you know, not do anything. So here, watch. There we go. Okay, so apparently I had to wait half a second longer, rather than a full second longer, because that was what I did there. God, this freaking game. Alright. Now the game wants me to go down. But not fall, because then I'll die instantly. No, Batman does the same thing, Gumgum. And so does Superman. Camera angles! Holy crap. Hello. No. There you go. Okay. Oh, stutter. I thought I heard something outside. Control your imagination. Okay, hang on. I need to test something here. Okay, are you seeing that? That is hysterical. Okay, so I'm obviously on the other side, like my bow is on the other side of this pillar here, and obviously I can go through it, but if I try to push against it, it shoves me back until the bow is on this side of the pillar. You like roll with it a bit, Revan? So, you know, they don't break their hand punching a brick wall, effectively. I've discovered a crypt! Well, let's do the crypt. I'm still undecided on the side quest thing. How far through the main game are we? Licensing rights, Malachor.
I can barely see the bottom.
It's right there.
There is a bottom.
It's right there. Look, there's sunlight peering in right. Look, look. I'm sorry, what was that, von Falkenstein? About this being just a ledge? Come on, look at this. There's a lot of bones down here, too. Where'd all these people come from?
This cavern must have been carved by an underground river.
Yep, that's I mean, she has had a lot of head trauma. What if she remembers every death, too? Like, Kyle, or... Kenny. Sorry, not Kyle. Kenny. Lord Homer. Do you like claustrophobia? Because, man, I love claustrophobia. You can tell the river carved this because of the, you know, the staircases. It is actually canon that Kenny remembers each of his deaths on Falkenstein.
Some kind of carving up there.
That's true. Lack of bugs, I'm with. I dream of a world... That's going to be my platform. I'm going to run for president. My platform's going to be, I'm going to get rid of all the bugs, guys. And enough people who don't understand what that would mean will vote for me. President of the universe. What do we use to adhese the rope to things, I wonder? I should probably be higher than this.
There must be something behind this. That's not good.
Let's just stand and watch the water raise. Ooh, gold. The mummy pops out. Now I gotta get out. And I can't go out that way. That would be absolute insanity and would require a shotgun. Or a knife. So I guess this isn't a full tomb. This is just a crypt. Got it. Well, you see von Falkenstein. That's actually not water. Really? Okay, fine. I was gonna climb up, but apparently I gotta swim out. I can't wait to go through the tense, narrow, claustrophobic section underwater. This is gonna be wonderful. Thankfully, I did improve my breathing meter recently. And my swim speed. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Don't get freaked out. Just keep swimming. Might want to take off the ceremonial mask of death. You know, whatever. The Lorgonian. Ooh. That's a good name. I should use that whenever we finally play Oblivion. The Lorgonian. That is a lot of water. Like, that's a decent volume. So am I right, Nymph? Crypts, you know, mini tombs. What is water but What is water but the tortured tears of the sky? Oh god, dude, that would be horrifying. Imagine playing Subnautica, but you need to deal with breath all the time. You know what I mean, Dakota. Like, you don't have oxygen, you just have holding your breath, is what I mean. Oh, God, camera. There we go. No, don't go. I try to avoid unspeakable horror as best as I can. Oh, I totally do, Zeiss. I'm looking forward to the second Subnautica, although it's not going to have the same impact as the first one.
Lara, how's it going?
Just crossed the river, almost at the prison. There are guards everywhere.
We're heading towards the river. Get back to you when we're there.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I know what she meant, but my first thought was, there's gods everywhere? That explains so much! She's secretly Zandalari. She just eats her gods. That's how she gets so strong. I like the total actor reaction there. Why is she just sitting there?
The box is not in Paititi.
I know.
I will be forced to join Amaru. Everything I fought for since Aidi's death will be lost.
I won't let that happen. Come on, let's go.
Why?
We're out of time. Someone needs to find that box. If the sun is not recharged, or the world we made, all of us will be destroyed.
I found another clue. Maybe. The tattoos on your arm, the heron and the eclipse, the same symbols were found engraved on the altar where the box was taken.
What?
What do the symbols mean?
This one shows my destiny. The crimson fire of Chakchen. And this one grounds my past. It symbolizes Chimchichica, the last true emperor of Paititi. His tomb is in the upper district.
Can you take me there?
They're all over that tomb. If there's anything there, they would no doubt have found it already.
Amaru doesn't have this clue. He doesn't know what to look for.
I mean, if you think about it, she has a point. All he has is a bunch of minions who are incredibly incompetent, you know? Like, imagine if you had the minions from Despicable Me. It doesn't matter that you got 100 of them. If you point them in a direction, all you're going to get is bumbling.
He's going to be crawling with guards.
We'll find our way around them.
It's called an AK-47.
I'm sure.
AK-47? AK?
Then there's no time to waste.
AK? AK.
How is Etzli?
Safe. He helped me find you. He should be with Uchu now. The ruling family is displaced, reduced to nothing but a figurehead while we truly control the city. The reason for allowing them to remain in position of seeming power is twofold. It allows us to focus on our search for the silver box, and it acts as a pacifier for the locals who are recalcitrant to any type of change.
Okay, little too real, but okay, we're with it. Yeah, I prefer competent people to work for me. That's kind of my watchword. That's why Braegwyn will be in charge of HR.
Jonah, I'm with Unuratu.
No good. Etzli wants to talk to her.
Mother, we're sending backup. Should I support Uchu or use the distraction to seize territory?
Hold up. She has an earpiece. The whole point is she's supposed to be hearing it in the earpiece. You remember earlier? I actually pointed out, thank goodness he didn't call in while we were in the middle of, sneaking up on that guy. And someone wisely pointed out, no, you're wrong, Laura, it's in her ear. I was like, oh, you're right.
You're in charge while we're separated, Etzli. Trust your instincts.
I mean, to be frank, it's not like I give the MCU a pass for the fact that everyone just miraculously always has the in-ear earbuds, even if they literally don't, as in you can physically see that they don't. And in some cases, people have them even when, they've been no time to give them the one. Seriously, I love the MCU. But one of the biggest recurring irritants with the MCU is everyone has the earpieces, even when they shouldn't or don't. Yep, in the bushes. You could shoot for the 4 seconds when you had someone in full view.
Let's go.
You know what's funny, Takoida, is they literally have the tech to do that. They could have just said everyone has implants.
That's the last of them.
For now.
I mean, hell's bells. They did that in frickin' Metal Gear Solid. And yeah, at the last battle of Endgame, no spoilers here, but that is an excellent example of everyone just can suddenly hear each other. Somehow. Nanomachine, son. Listen, all I'm saying is I would absolutely 100% take Senator Armstrong's augments. No questions. Done. Sold.
I think we're clear.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Intruder!
Unuratu!
I can't do it by myself. No, I'm so weak without you. And she can move it by herself. Oh no, she's got a switch, okay. Stutter, stutter, stutter. Actually, if you've been paying attention, a lot of the stone doors are on springs, which is just even stupider.
The eclipse is coming. Once it is here, the box must be opened. Temptation of the box is so powerful, it will pull me toward it, intent me with a fantasy, an easy way to solve our problems. But it will only show me my strongest, most secret desires. I have prepared my whole life to resist it. Amaru has not yet seen the box, but already its power corrupts his mind. Paititi is its people, and can only survive by our will, together.
Yeah.
So, if Amaru remakes Paititi his way, it's like he destroys it.
Yes. We face many threats from the outside, but risk is a part of life. We must confront it to remain true to ourselves.
I mean, I don't want to bring up history, but, you know, the bad kind of colonialism. Centuries and centuries of the bad kind of colonialism. I don't think remaining true to themselves really helped them.
How do you know you'll be able to resist the power once you have it?
I don't. But if my training fails me, the Crimson Fire will guide me and hold me to my promise. We should go.
Doubly funny since we're playing a British woman right now.
What is the Crimson Fire?
It is my destiny. It's connected to the sacrifice of Kukulkan. When the Crimson Fire smokes, seek your mirror. It's a powerful force of accountability. That's all I know.
Let me just steal some gold here.
Do any of those creatures ever find their way in here?
Creatures?
They attack. In the caverns around Paititi, they were in conflict with Trinity. And at the altar where the box was taken, they came after me.
Do you mean the Yashil?
Yashil. They were tall and fast, hungry, almost desperate.
And self-mutilating.
I would not call them creatures. They're more than that.
Oh, no, I think creatures works. But you could keep opening it. Oh, I can't attack.
Into the Yashil.
Die, bug.
It was long ago, but Paititi owes much of his safety to them.
They protect it.
I don't know if that's their intention, but their actions have that effect.
They don't ever attack the city?
No. We have always lived in cooperation. I think Amaru might be planning a public sacrifice.
Of a rebel? We have to stop it.
No, not unprepared, and not at the expense of the box. The warrior who will bear the sacrifice, stay near me and do as I do. The crowd could turn on us. This way.
Yeah, you notice I tried to step on it when Paul was done.
Who threatened our safety, preservation? Their leader, the traitor Unuratu, your fallen queen, is in my custody. But it is not too late to save them. Today, we offer a sacrifice to Kukulkan as a prayer for protection.
See what he does.
As the eclipse draws.
Yeah, let's watch him kill someone.
This sacrifice, Trevor's life will be redeemed. May all his fellows see the light and rejoin us.
Is he just gonna... No, he's being restrained. Okay.
Amaru said he wanted an end to violence.
He sees it as a means to an end.
Yeah, that's the bad guy. I know. Like I said. Notice the bodies. Yeah, we have an AK-47. We also have a silenced, upgraded pistol. Hey, the big bad guy's dead. I'm not even sure what happened. He just fell over.
All these people believe him.
They are afraid, and with good reason.
He has AK-47s.
Not much further. The tomb is beyond that door.
I mean, ignoring everything else, we got a shotgun. You know?
Come.
I mean, public hangings, you know, in Oceans. Gladiatorial games.
Innocent eyes will blink at dawn when weakness falls away.
You may pass.
Thank you. Yeah, the Cthulhu vibes are getting real. We must appease him with blood. What? No, why?
The tomb is up there, on that statue. I'll watch the gate.
I won't be long.
Stutter, stutter. Yeah, obviously our attempts to fix this have not
We're
worked.
by the river, ready to get you and Unuratu out of there. Let me know when you're ready.
You know, just once I'd like to do one of these where we have, like, all of the resources at our side. I mean, don't mistake me. It's nice, you know, making it up as we go and making do and blah, blah, blah. But it'd just be a nice change of pace to have a Lara who uses her ridiculous wealth and contacts to, you know, have a helicopter and equipment and access to, you know, a guy on the chair. Because there's always a guy in the chair, right? And the guy in the chair is like, oh yeah, there's such and such. And she's like, hang on, I recognize this symbol, but I don't exactly know what it is. And he's like, oh no, let me look it up real quick. Yeah, it's such and such. Ah, thank you.
All full up. Can't carry any more.
I never played Tomb Raider Legend, but... Alright, so I didn't see anything over there. You know what I would really love? It would amuse the hell out of me. Imagine there's a scene where we're fighting the big evil mercs of Evil Dude, right? And Lara says, yeah, and the evil dude's like, ha 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 ha, and now you will die, Lara. Shoot her! And the mercs are just like, doing nothing, and he's like, what are you guys doing? Oh yeah, one of her companies hired us out, like, last week. We've been meaning to tell you.
Now to get in.
You've been working for her this whole time? Yeah. What the hell? You know, just something like that.
That looks like my way in.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Our contract ran out, like, a couple days ago, and it would be like, you know, Croft Industries or something like that picked up the contract.
The Emperor's tomb. I almost have what we need.
We'll be ready.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Someone is keeping these fires burning. This figure must be loved.
So how do they get up here to do it? Don't answer that question. Didn't we know the contract? He turns to his, like, because there's always a #1 character, right?
This must have been an important ruler.
So, like, he turns to his #1. Why didn't you renew the contract? I'm sorry, sir. I've been too busy trying to do insert evil thing here. I will pay you double what she's paying you right now to turn on her. Sorry, sir. It doesn't actually work that way. And they're, like, so blasé about it, right? Like, you could talk to HR. They could probably renegotiate sometime, but... You know, we've got contracts, and if we don't do that, we'll be on the hike for a whole lot of lawsuits, and... Yeah, dude, I got a new boat I'm trying to pay off right now. I can't afford a lawsuit right now.
Influence is unmistakable.
And this is the mercs talking amongst each other. Okay, but... I love how out of place her flashlight is on this outfit.
The last Emperor's tomb. The cult must have taken root after his death. Okay, the Eclipse and the Heron. missing. Wait, did Lopez leave this? The heart of the serpent is in the cup.
Oh no. How did she?
In here!
Lara, would you stop sucking for 5 seconds in cutscenes? Just have one cutscene where you're competent. That's all I'm asking. That doesn't count. Especially since your legs are probably broken now. That wasn't that deep of a pool. Yeah, called that. Honestly, I called that the last time. It's Commander Rourke.
We've got a lead on the box. Send a team for Croft.
Well, she's dead. There's no way he can live through one bullet wound. Although, in fairness, that looks like it might have punctured a lung, so whatever.
Give this to Etzli. He's a rightful heir. He must live by Titi. He's young, but strong. His spirit as noble as his blood.
Don't go. Keep talking to me.
I give you basic,
The box. It will tempt you.
Yes.
Resist.
Power.
We all create our destiny.
Yes, I will create destiny. I mean, honestly, that's either a lung wound or a gut wound. She should probably be dying for the next, 30 minutes. And not a pleasant way to go, either. I'm not saying I want that, I'm just saying.
I won't let you down.
It's just typical Hollywood writing, where someone is alive exactly long enough to say their final lines and then die. Can I use my guns now? Holy crap, I can use my guns! I am actually in shock about that. Oh god. What? Why? Why won't it equip? Oh, I'm out of ammo. Okay. That makes sense. So anyways, what? How did that miss the guy at literally point-blank range? I'm just wondering. That guy had 100 coins on him. Wow. I want you to picture picking up 100 coins. Just right now. Picture it. I know, we've already complained about the economy. But these guys are rich. My goodness. I would probably never do that in any fiction ever, Gum Gum. Put it to you that way. Okay, what am I in combat with? What do you want from me, game? Am I escape? Is this a daring escape? Is that what I'm doing here? Why am I doing a daring escape? I guess it doesn't matter.
All full up. Can't carry anymore.
She just picks some credit card. I would actually like that size. There's a card, and there's a card, and there's a card. So what gave us away? Did it ever, like, did we ever find that out? Well,
Jonah, where are you?
I'm down by the docks.
I
stutter,
see
stutter.
you.
Hey, just about ready to go.
On my way.
And then he's shot.
Where's Unuratu?
Super dead.
We were attacked. She died fighting Trinity.
Oh no.
Where is my mother?
Super dead. I feel like I already said this.
Your mother, she fought hard.
But that's the leader's amulet.
It belongs to you now.
She was a warrior. The eclipse draws near. If we cannot restore the sun...
I'll find the box. I won't let the cult of Kukulkan get to it first.
Begin the preparations for the burial chamber. Queen Unuratu will live on, within us.
Oh my god, they're cannibals?
We will prepare for battle. The rebellion must succeed.
We'll be back with the box.
I love you so much, Mother.
Take care. We will be ready when you return.
So what's next?
We'll head back to Kwakyaku, regroup, and take it from there.
You know, is it sad that I don't feel like we've accomplished anything this whole game? I don't mean to complain. I think this kind of is tied into what Nymph was talking about with pacing. It's like... I think the way I want to describe this is it feels like there's actually no pacing in this game. There's just events that happen, and no one thought about how to string them together to make them work into a coherent pattern. It's just this, and then 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 this. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, we pulled the dagger out. That's something we accomplished. And now we're at exactly the same spot we were after that. Oh yeah, and then piranhas. We must give in to the box. We must use the box.
Another riddle.
The box.
What did it say?
Yes, the box. Yeah. You remember? Okay, I obviously I don't know the lore of the old Tomb Raiders all that well. Has there ever been a time when she's been tempted by supernatural power for her own ends? I'm actually curious because that was in the movie, which I have actually seen that movie. You know, the whole time reversal thing. You remember that? I will bring back my father. No, you must not use the power. You must not be tempted by the power. Okay, so apparently in Tomb Raider 2, she was tempted by power. I'm just curious if it's a thing, basically, if this is a recurring thing, because it's obviously happening here and it happened in the movie.
The heart of the serpent is in the cup, near the many stone faces.
Well, it's better than nothing.
I suppose. We need to find the box and end this.
I really hate to point this out, but you're rich. Like, I know. You're thinking, Lore, you're an idiot. She doesn't have access to her money here. No, but she could bail. The whole reason that the plane crashed was it happened to come in during a storm, which has already passed and has not come back since. Leave, reconnect with your infrastructure, come back with supplies and resources. I'm just saying, we don't have to be going down...
What is that?
Something that should be ours. Okay, no. No, they're dead. In fact, they're Swiss cheese. Like, that, I'm pretty sure that's a Vulcan. Which doesn't sound like that, by the way. I don't remember, Vulcans are... Like, if you can imagine the sound of hell ripping open, that's what a Vulcan sounds like. Okay, that might not be a Vulcan. I admittedly couldn't quite see.
Jonah!
Nope, he's dead. Mega super dead. God, she is literally just grazed. Look at that. I could literally make a deeper cut than that right now. With my knife, I suppose.
Don't move.
Don't try me.
What? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, she's being competent. Kind of. Not really, actually. Wait. No, here we go. Almost. Halfway? Almost competent. Almost there. Okay, that was half competence. I'll give her halfway credit for that. That's better than she's been the whole game, so she gets some kind of credit for that. Okay, let's kill a lot of people.
I'm still not 100% convinced the box even exists. Got anything? All clear. Come look at this. What's up, Chief?
Oh god, do I not have any of my weapons? Oh jeez, of course I don't.
Should I be expecting some kind of glow or mystical humming?
Yes. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
What would a magic box even look like?
You find something?
Damn it! This couldn't wait till morning.
I can't wait to finally see this box I've heard so much about.
It's not
So we got
around
those
here.
two. And then the guy over on the left. He's a roamer too.
This would be easier if it wasn't raining.
It's raining?
Okay, last time, I think we looked over here, maybe here. Is that what you remember?
I don't know. Does it matter? If we missed something the first time, we should look at everything again.
Yeah, good point. Okay. Do you think the river is higher or lower than it was?
Come on, man. Stop asking me to remember things. As soon as Operation Lone Wolf got called off last time, I completely pushed it from my mind.
anything?
That's true. It is raining somewhere in the world.
Should I be expecting some kind of glow or mystical humming?
Find something.
When I have something to report, I'll report it.
You're literally just standing there, doing nothing.
Spots of dead end.
He's about half right on that. I don't think I'm going to be able to split those up. I don't see any... Oh,
The rush all of a sudden. Where'd he go?
Okay. That was actually pretty satisfying. That's probably the first stealth section I've really enjoyed this whole game. If we had more of that, I'd be a lot more positively inclined towards this game. It's like I said yesterday, it's about level design. You need to design the level to make the stealth work. So we had, you know, patrols, we had multiple paths, we've got the mud. The fact that multiple people were stuck together, so you had to do something to get them apart. The fact that you had tools handy nearby to split them up, blah, 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 blah. Now, if only this thing wouldn't go away seconds after I use it.
Forward team, why the fuck are you still looking for that box? You have hostiles in your area.
Well, Dr. Dominguez...
I don't give a damn about Dominguez. Find Lara Croft and kill her.
You could have done that yourself.
There are way too many hiding places in this sector.
No!
Find Lara Croft, how? We're spread out way too goddamn thin for that. This was a research operation.
Let's just spread out and make the best of it. I'll cover that area, you stay here.
Whoops, wrong button. I did that button.
Amazing how fast parameters...
Come out. We've got work to do.
Yeah, the mud washed off, so I'm gonna have to find another mud thing. That's actually kind of neat, too.
What the hell happened in the city?
They also notice when people are dead, which is good, because, you know, they should. There we go.
All full up. Can't carry any more.
Only 3 so far, Arcus, and I wasn't what you'd call impressed by them. I'm still debating a negative for them, honestly. I probably don't have my bow to kill that guy from the air. But I bet I have another way to kill that guy from the air. Hey, I do. What do you know? It's okay, she uses the ambient mana in the area, Gum Gum, to remove the infections.
Gotta check every shadow.
Told him to stick around.
There it is.
Something's not right.
Let's get some more mud going on. There we go. Look, I'm getting tutorial things for distraction objects. Now that we're at what is effectively the first real stealth section of the game. Death. I'm probably just desperate to enjoy this game, but this is probably the best section of the entire game so far. It's... whatever.
21st of December, 1603. Lopez had grown pensive since exiting the cenote. I led the way, and when I turned toward the city, at last he spoke, calling for us to stop. Then, after swearing me to silence, he shared with me a secret he had been carrying. That night, by the river, I met with the Emperor. I confessed to him who I was, who we are, and the true purpose of our visit. Trinity's fattened leaders, too busy with politics for even the morning's prayers, are not worthy of the box. The Emperor and I agreed that the only way to keep it safe from them was for me to claim it, take it far from here, and hide it until one of the Paititi royal line, a chosen one, can follow his antecedents' clues and rediscover it. Having thus unburdened himself, Lopez turned on his heels and set a course deeper into the jungle. Shit.
All units, report status. Cardinal 2, all clear. What's going on, Commander?
We got hit by a foreshock. Kappa team?
All clear, sir.
Well, Lara
I've got foreshock
is
damage.
a magical conduit, but Makarov is a space wizard, so Makarov would probably win.
Pumping platform. No fires. Fallen trees have completely blocked the access road.
And no, Melkor.
All full up. Can't carry anymore.
Yeah, Makarov, he's just another tier. That's why he was such a threat. I mean, when you have a man who can invade two major nations at the same time, that's just a whole other thing. So,
Ratu's dead, shot in the back by Rourke. I don't have the box. Jonah. God, if anything happens to him. God damn it.
I must revert to the old ways. Yeah, Makarov has the slow-mo door power, too. That's also true. Oh, fine, man, fine. Spoil my fun. There. We can't fast travel, right? Wow. No.
Hello, Lara.
Who is this?
I've suspected you've been monitoring my communications since Mexico.
Rourke.
Commander Rourke. You've been listening to me. And now, I'm listening to you. Another foreshock. How's it feel, knowing you're responsible for all these cataclysms? All that suffering.
I know what I did.
The look on your face when Dominguez told you? But you just had to have that dagger, didn't you?
This is a record of a mercenary's assignments while working for Trinity. Mexico, Kenya, Siberia. I had my crosshairs on the younger one too, but Rourke had orders for us to leave her alone. This is the bastard who shot Anna.
Who? Like, I feel like I should know who that is, and it's not ringing a bell. Which means it's from the first or second game. Second game. Stutter.
Forward outpost. Croft is moving into your area. Find her.
Cross slipped right through the guys at the beach. It can't happen again.
We'd better do a sweep. Anything interesting in that new shipment? Thermal goggles, gentlemen. I'll take point.
Wait, so the enemy actually has anti-stealth stuff now?
Where?
Holy crap.
Shit!
this should be interesting.
False positive. Some animal.
Ooh, this could be interesting.
Hey, are we getting those lights up or what?
I'm never gonna get them working if you keep pestering me. What's the damn hurry all of a sudden?
Rourke said Croft's coming through here.
God damn it. All right, I'm hurrying.
Here we go.
Those goggles picked up anything yet?
Small animals, nothing significant. I'm gonna make a full sweep of the area.
You know, I was kind of joking earlier, but I'm starting to think this really is when the stealth section of the game actually starts. Like, legitimately. You'll notice we have only one weapon. Our knife. So, the option of going loud isn't actually on the table at all.
That looks promising.
Let's see her deal with this.
I got nothing. You?
Same.
Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I was too slow.
Lazy shit. Now I have to do everything.
Copy that. We'll find who did it. Oh shit, I better look around. Yes. You cover me.
Now, here's the real test. Can I re-stealth after stealthing?
Hold your fire! I think she moved!
Looks like I can. Excellent.
Target! What's that?
We've heard of no-scoping, right, Gum Gum? This is four-scoping. It's even better.
Weapons up! Let me check it out! Clear!
Where's the other one?
You gonna hide all day?
I mean, I got all day. Do you?
Croft is back! My location! This'll get you moving! This is where you die! Where are you?
Peekaboo! Okay, all joking aside, this is legitimately what I was hoping for from this game, this whole section. I know I've said that before, I'm trying not to overemphasize it, it's just... Damn it, game. You finally got fun. I was basically resigned to not enjoying this game all the way through, and you finally got fun.
Find her!
Evening, Ralph.
Evening, Sam.
And of course, mud can help negate thermal vision.
If I did, I'd be shooting.
Because, you know, Predator. Have we ever had a good game where you play as a Predator? Like, I mean, I know we have the AVPs, but usually that's more like about the hardware. I mean, like, you know, stealthing and sneaking around and you know, Hitman, or, well, not Hitman's not a good example of that. What is a good example of that? Metal Gear Solid 3, I guess? I haven't played Crysis, unfortunately. So I can't speak to that. No, nothing here. Nothing here. Fail.
Goddamn Lara Croft again. We've got to stop her.
Don't worry, we will.
Yeah? You that sure of the new equipment?
No, but I'm sure of Rourke.
Rourke's just that good. He's better than equipment. How much better? This much better. I just got an achievement called First Blood. I don't know, man. You think my rig can play Crisis?
Gotta find out what the hell's going on.
Oh, no. He's clear. He's clear. He's clear. Damn it. Ah, he spotted me. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That might be a death. Oh, okay. Sure.
Hold it! Let me check.
Apparently I can go loud. Probably shouldn't. Yeah, no, that is death. I figured. As soon as I got seen. That's okay, I don't mind. It's a stealth section.
Evening, Sam.
You see anyone? If I did, I'd be shooting.
You're gonna get her, I swear it.
Over here this time.
What if they're hiding? Unless the concealment is completely blocking the heat she gives off, I'll see her. Ah.
Well, that's cute. Well, I'd probably buy it on GOG anyway, since that's usually my preference. Damn it! I should have checked. My fault. Whatever. Yeah, this is probably death. Again. Interestingly, I appear to be invincible when I'm actually doing the finisher. Go figure. Okay. We got this.
Evening, Ralph.
Evening, Sam.
You see anyone? If I did, I'd be shooting.
Like, that was all my fault. I just didn't confirm before I did it. I had the right idea. Good man. I don't think I'd qualify that.
Unless the concealment is completely blocking the heat she gives off, I'll see her. I haven't heard from the guys at the river lately.
We'll stop her. We have to.
I'll fix this damn thing.
I don't like this.
Why not?
It has to stop.
I just had a weird idea.
We'll be back soon.
Why couldn't the game have started with us going down the river and then the helicopter showing up? Like, I know that sounds like a strange thing, but imagine if that was the beginning of the game. Or at least the beginning of the gameplay. Like, make all this stuff beforehand just pure cutscene. Oh my god, I took the thing, and now an earthquake. No! I will stop you. Oh my god, he killed the real queen. And then here. Like, picture that for a second.
Man down! I'll call it in. Keep within a couple of yards of each other. Only a matter of time.
Jesus! Gotta check back at the bottom of this.
Sweeping clear.
I saw Papanix, congrats. I have the other scythe, the blue one, which I'm rather fond of.
She's not done yet. Take point, guns up. Soon as she pops her head out. On me. Hey,
Nope. Damn it! 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 I'm being impatient. I need to be less patient.
Evening, Ralph.
Evening, Sam.
You see anyone?
If I did, I'd be shooting.
I'm gonna get her, I swear it.
What if they're hiding?
Unless the concealment is completely blocking the heat she gives off, I'll see her.
As he's staring right at us.
Rourke's out for blood. It's like it's personal.
Yeah, was Rourke in the second game, by the way? He doesn't sound familiar at all. I mean, obviously he was involved in the second game since he killed whoever Anna is, but...
Goddamn Lara Croft again. We've got to stop her.
Don't worry, we will.
Yeah? You that sure of the new equipment?
No, but I'm sure of Rourke.
Rourke is just amazing. He's just that good at everything. You can tell because of his incredible track record so far.
Getting a strange feeling.
Okay, this time we're not going to be patient. I just teleported him. Did you see that? He was over around the corner, and I just teleported him over to kill him. Holy crap. I mean, we've kind of been joking this whole time, but it's becoming more and more of a thing.
As if looking for something in the dark in these ruins wasn't creepy enough.
I used to go hunting with my dad in conditions just like this.
This is not the time to fucking wander off.
My footsteps. I mean, yeah.
Stay together. Oh shit, I better look around.
We got 3 left, guys. We can do this. We can do this. You're moving.
Warm up. Ready to engage. Gotta be around here somewhere. Damn it, she's hunting us!
No, I'm not. Why would you say that?
Gotta find out what's going on. Got something! Get ready to fight! Christ! Rush! Bet. You're just one person! What can you do?
That's a good point. I like how one of the hits is to get rid of their helmet, by the way. It's actually a nice touch. Okay. Full on everything. Is it money? Need more money. God, so, okay. I think I've figured it out, guys. And by figured out, I mean I've figured out what you guys have already figured out, like, a mile ago. Conflicting teams with conflicting demands for what they want to design the game as got together and made this game. So we have an open-world, side-questy... Hang on, open-world, side-questy, you know, typical Assassin's Creed game. And then we have an exploring dungeon game. And then we have a stealth combat game. And all three of them don't mesh at all.
I'm near an oil refinery. Everything's blowing up.
No, Jonah, get off this channel.
What?
They're listening.
Okay.
I'll find you.
I will find him. They could mesh. They just don't. But, like, I'm curious if you agree with me, Nim, since you've played through the whole thing. Like, it feels like different teams and different, you know, mandates, I think is the word I want to use there. I'm going to go ahead and pencil in something. I mean, I know I'm probably being too positive, but damn it, that was fun. That was actually a good section of gameplay. Holy crap.
It's a recipe for a hallucinogen, sometimes used in war.
This is Uncharted! That's technically a spoiler, forgive me. No, don't give me a weapon, come on! Don't give me a weapon.
This should help.
Honestly, yeah, that's the same feel I get, Nymph.
If I use this on my arrows, it could be an advantage against Trinity.
I guess it is a stealth weapon. Okay, that's true. That's true. This makes more sense than the culture thing for not using guns. I literally don't have them. Yes, this is the game of the year for this one section. What year did this come out?
Trinity can rot in this jungle. And as for the Pytetian Emperor, not even he can truly understand just what this box is. But I do, and I know it should not be used by just anyone. That would be catastrophic. Only the purest among us should make the decision as to how to wield the power of the silver box. That is why I must hide it.
So we're gonna be the... I don't know if I'd call Lara Croft pure. Sorry, no offense. Obsessive, fixative, determined, highly intelligent, superhuman, but pure is not on that list.
Tau team, Croft is on a vector toward your position. I say again, Croft is coming to you.
Jesus Christ. Shh. We'll get her, sir.
Show me her corpse, and your entire team is next in line for deacon training. Rourke out.
You heard the man. Let's do this. Need a hand? Get away from me! Jesus.
I didn't realize being a virgin was part of being pure. It didn't even occur to me. I know. Typically, that's a thing.
You guys come through here? I got some broken twigs. Base camp's having trouble receiving. As soon as this is up, we'll use it to boost the signal.
Son of a bitch. The problem isn't the generator for a change.
Croft
will be here any minute. Stay sharp.
Death.
Good. There is a satellite in the area.
Agreed, Codex. Get some good rest, Morbidian. Enjoy the sleep of nations.
What the fuck is that? Oh shit. Better look around. Fan out. Stay sharp.
Get him instead. No. Hello? This is a climbable tree. There we go. Of course, no one ever looks up. We all know this.
How about I drop my weapon? Would you like that?
No, it won't make it any easier to kill you. Make it a little less fun, even.
Really? You're being ridiculous!
That's true. I apologize. Please forgive me. Even I'm part of that black file. I've talked about this before when I had that water damage. I only discovered because I felt the water dripping on me, not because I looked up and saw the damage to my ceiling. Whoa. Didn't realize there was another guy. That's my bad. Bad luck. Bad. That's true, Darch. That's true. I mean, all I gotta say is that Hitman probably exists in a low magic setting too. No, in all sincerity, wouldn't it suddenly make so much sense if there was basically a rules magic, like, buff that's always on Agent 47? And that's how he could just straight-face disguise himself all the time? You know, a bit of a glamour kind of a thing. Damn it. Whatever.
I think she's gone.
Oh, she's totally gone.
Outpost.
God, even the music's better for this section than normal. It's still not good, but... So what do you think? Is this the Crystal Dynamics section, or is this the Eidos Montreal section? Because both have done this. Well, actually, no, that's not true. This is probably the Eidos Montreal section. It just occurred to me. Again, Human Revolution, Mankind Divided. Think about it. You know, Ghost playthroughs, hello. Apparently I'm out of stealth. I don't need to mud myself. Okay. Still checking. How is this light still being powered? I took out the generator. Oh my god, I just realized. Of all the things I've been making fun of, one of the other ones was that she kept using an open comm frequency. And now she has realized that they're finally, that they're tapping her comms.
Jonah?
And she has stopped doing it.
Come in, please.
Except now
He's not gonna answer, Lara.
What?
He's dead. Now you can add your friend Jonah to the list of people you've gotten killed.
Fuck you, Rock.
If you want to pick up his body, it's at the refinery.
Yeah, no, they didn't even find Jonah.
For you.
They didn't even find Jonah. Guaranteed. I was just about to praise the competency, Red. How silly of me.
Dominguez forbade us from mingling with the locals. Didn't want us corrupting them. Luckily, one of the priests developed a taste for bourbon, and as long as I brought a pint with me, he'd lend me his costume, mask and all. Walking through the lower city was like traveling 500 years into the past.
Oh, I know about Falkenstein. We actually talked about it even during Lore Week. Well, you see, QM... I mean, Aethel, sorry. I know you type QM and you mean question mark. It's so strange, though. Are you secretly insane, Aethel? Be honest with me. Have you thought about killing everyone? Something that tries to be, actiony or silly or fun and serious and fails at combining the two. That's binary domain syndrome. I'll probably talk that out and not turn that into a full syndrome. Venters, this is the third of the reboots.
I've got a lock on the target.
God dang it, game. You notice it took control away from me there. Hang on, we gotta go back to being incompetent real quick. We've had enough fun. Time to be dumb. Now we gotta have a chase sequence. Although, once again, at least we have a good reason to be running. Since, helicopter and a APV are a little bit out of our price range. Oh, God, I can't think of the term. Pay grade. There we go. They're above our pay grade. Ooh, there we go. Man, these guys cannot shoot. Basically, yes, Aethel. These are generic bad guys in every sense of the word. Even Commander Rourke is barely memorable. The main villain is the only character I actually like so far in the entire game. And I can't even think of his name, but he's a cool guy. He's at least interesting.
Sometimes I feel like I have to keep going, and if I don't, then I'll just let everyone down.
Is coming. And this is the first of many catastrophes you're doing.
I have to go! I'm the only one!
You're the only one that can what?
Kill them all. Okay, if she walked out of here literally superpowered, I'd give this a plus. No joke. Right now. She's not going to. But if they went that route, that would be a positive. Small effort. Now I have a rifle. Ho ho ho.
Windsors, Croft is all yours.
Like, okay, I'm sorry. How many of you have seen Terminator 2? I know, right, Cashel? Imagine if she got up there out of the fire and the guy's like, oh, and he grabs the gun and he shoots and she's just, and then it just reforms. Just imagine. I've been doing this headcanon thing the whole time, but imagine the potential narrative power that would have if that actually happened on camera. And it was just like, yeah, no. Facade has dropped. Bah, 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 and there's just this whole section, this hyperbeam section, as we just mow through this area.
Base camp, this is Cardinal 2. Reinforcements on the ground. Stay calm.
God, I would love that. I would adore that.
This is Cardinal 2. Take the trap from the state.
Yeah, the music literally is leaning towards this direction. Like, the music already kind of is Terminator-y. In a good way. Feels like an infinite spawn. Well, you just killed an entire base of people and a helicopter. In lore. Oh, man. Can we just headcanon the T-1000 thing I just talked about? Because, that really adds to this scene. I'm not joking about that. She just gets so angry that she channels, you know, Tutlekutli or whoever. And just wrecks face. And yeah, she gets up and she doesn't actually remember doing it. So she gets up, she's like, what happened here? You know, it's just leave the mystery of it there, right?
Hey. Are you okay?
How are you okay?
I'm making everything worse.
You're not. Hey, you're not. We can do this. Come on. Where to next? Can't stay here.
He took the elevator.
What was that clue? The heart of the serpent, something.
I'm sorry. I'm not feeling this at all. And I don't mean to sound derogatory, but I'm really not feeling this. She doesn't seem like she's shocked that he's alive. Remember, she thought he was dead. He comes out of absolutely nowhere, which is so suspicious that if this were any other game, I would literally suspect him for being a changeling, or an illusion, or a delusion. And she's like, oh, everything I touch turns to hell, after she just had a badass moment from hell. Yeah, he also looks perfectly clean and fine. He looks like he's just had a nice shower and a shave. What? Now, if this turns out to actually be her talking to herself and he's actually dead, okay, I withdraw my complaint, but what the hell?
The heart of the serpent is in the cup, near the many stone faces.
And what kind of cup are we talking about? Some kind of chalice?
Chalice, that's not very Mayan. Wait. It's not mine. The clue was left by a 17th century missionary, Andrea Lopez, a Jesuit.
What is with this music?
The serpent in the chalice is a symbol of St. John. We're looking for a Christian holy site.
Like a Church of San Juan? That's a pretty common name. Could be dozens.
Not within trekking distance from Paititi.
Come on, the road is this way. We'll get out of here, talk to some people.
Okay. What would I do without you?
Oh, so, okay, what would I do without you? And then she walks off and the camera pulls out and he's not there. And she's just walking alone down the path. Picture it. Picture it. Oh, that would just be mean, too. And you're left kind of wondering, you know, is she aware that he's not there?
This is it. Church of San Juan.
I'd do subtle stuff, too, if I was directing this. Like, he just got out of the truck, right? And everyone just gets... So I'd have him getting out of the truck, but his door doesn't open. He just kind of gets out of the truck. And because he's in the back and kind of hidden by the animation of her getting out of the truck, unless you're paying attention, you don't notice his door doesn't open. Just little stuff like that.
Let's split up. I'll look for signs of Lopez.
We'll ask around, see what we can find out.
Stutter. Yes, Bragwin, that's exactly right. Look, I swear I'm not obsessed with killing characters.
My friend Sarah's an archaeologist. She works near here. You want to go see if she knows anything about your riddle? That would be great. The stone faces have always been Sarah's obsession. Most people come here looking for treasure, but not Sarah. She just wants answers. Have you been friends a long time? Since we were kids. She was the nerd, I was always skipping school and stealing my grandma's RV. Once in a while, I could convince Sarah to come with me.
Abby, can you help me with this? It's broken.
What? Okay.
Hold on. Are you that Lara? Croft?
I am.
I recognize you from your picture. What's your interest with this place?
I'm following a riddle. The heart of the serpent is in the cup near the many stone faces.
The stone faces? That's why I'm here too.
I don't want to step on your toes. It's the serpent in the cup I'm really looking for.
Well, I can tell you the faces have been here for at least 400 years. According to documents in the library, they keep watch. Legend has it, they're guarding a secret crypt.
A crypt?
We've never been able to find it. As you can imagine, that's what drives the treasure hunters crazy. But if the infamous Lara Croft is as clever as they say she is, well, if you were to find it, you might be doing me a favor.
You think I should start at the library?
Yes, it's over by the cemetery. It's one of the oldest buildings here. Make sure you credit me if you find anything.
Thank you. I will.
I'll never forgive myself.
Laura, you find anything yet?
Abby's friend mentioned a crypt somewhere around the library. I'll meet you there.
See, the funny thing is the structure of this is perfectly set up for him to be dead and a delusion. Let's split up and talk to town, and we just don't see him because, you know, he's off talking to the locals, right? And of course, he's always on the comm, so we just keep talking to him on the comm. And what everyone else is seeing is just us, you know, talking into our thing, and they just assume we're talking to someone. We got the earpiece. They wouldn't suspect anything. They just can't hear the other side of the conversation because it's in our ear. Like, this actually lines up so well, I find myself wondering if him actually being dead was actually something the writers were considering. And then they changed their mind, and that's why he just kind of shows up and is perfectly fine for no reason. Yeah, she never even asked him. You know, they told her he's dead. That's what led to her roaring rampage of revenge. And he's just there and fine after she destroys the entire base and a helicopter. He just walks out and finds her. Like, my legitimate suspicion is that he is turncoat. He is a traitor. Because that is so suspicious, it's either really bad writing or, you know, something is going on. Now, obviously, he's totally alive. I mean, we can't have him be dead. That'd be ridiculous. Is this a vendor?
Have you come to the mission seeking salvation or its secret? Huh?
I have come here to buy guns. Salvation or its secrets. Well, you sell shotguns and... Can I buy pouches? Ammo? Ammo is good. Oh god, ammo is so... All this time, this whole game, I only have 7,800 gold. Alright, so let's get the pistol pouch that I can find... Oh my god. I can't buy the large pistol pouch because I have to buy the pistol pouch. She doesn't sell the pistol pouch. Same with the rifle pouch. She sells the shell pouch, so we'll go with that.
That's a good deal for both of us. Good
There.
deal. Pleasure doing business with you, friend.
Stutter, 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 stutter. Stutter, stutter, stutter. If it's okay with you guys, I'd rather just not do the side quests here. I'm going to let Nymph decide, because Nymph is one of the earliest supporters of this game. Hey, Platty. It's okay, you missed one of the best and worst sequences of the game. Like, seriously, it was the first time I really legitimately was enjoying myself and having fun. And it was awesome. And then it was completely... And then like, the next scene happened and it was terrible. It's just... What the hell? Okay. I'm hearing a don't do side quests. Yeah, then they opened their mouths.
So there's a crypt around here somewhere?
A secret crypt.
Why secret? If Lopez is involved, there's bound to be a trick.
That's a solid theory. What about you? Did you find anything?
I got a pamphlet. 7 steps closer to God.
Who knows? Maybe it'll help.
Oh my god, the more I think about this, the more it makes sense that he's actually dead. I was just looking, Blackfell. He sold guns, pouches, and ammo, and mats.
Feels like a mausoleum.
Means we're on the right track, right? Jonah, I feel something. We're getting close. Let's look around for signs of Lopez.
I found a sign. I mean, you're kind of right, Ruth.
Under his wings you may seek refuge. Under his wings.
That might be the clue.
They're talking about funds allocated for renovations to the library.
A heron and an eclipse.
Let's look around for other stuff to interact with real quick. I guess I can hit this button. I feel like destroying more of this priceless church. What do you guys think? There we go. Much better.
This cross. It looks like it's from the 17th century.
The door closed and a silence settled, so great and so vast I held my breath for fear of breaking it. Lopez turned to me, his eyes wild, a smile screwed across his face. He came toward me, arms outstretched, and for a moment fear flickered across my heart. But he pulled me close, his fingers digging into my shoulders. I found it, he whispered in my ear, and releasing me, he wandered through this room. Walls of pure jade reaching up to the heavens, completely covered in intricate etched mosaics and carved figures. I followed at a distance as he approached an altar, and watched as he lifted a silver box from it. The others are worried that Brothers de la Cruz and Serrano will not return. I have so far maintained they will, that they always have. But in my heart, I am beginning to believe we have seen the last of them, and that grief weighs heavily. We will continue their work. Either they will return to find we have not forgotten the teachings, or they will look down on us from above and bless our continued labors. December 1603. Lopez woke me, having already prepared a Spartan breakfast. "This is where we were meant to be," he said, a cold determination in his voice, so very different from how he acted just the day before. I finished my meal as he spoke of holy retribution, how he had acted in error, but now God had put his hands on his shoulders and shown him the path to walk. "We will spread the true word of God from this small mission," he said, pointing to an adobe building just beyond the stone faces. "We will prepare the path for the chosen one to follow, for only he who does will be worthy of this box."
There it is.
Jonah, this book describes a stranger's arrival at the mission. He founded the Sect of Seven. Maybe that was Lopez.
Like on the pamphlet. We must be getting close.
What if you're rich, Gum Gum? Like, that's how you bypass rules, is you have money. That's why they call it the Golden Rule.
John, son of Zebedee, one of Jesus' apostles, also called the beloved disciple. He and his brother James were known for their impetuousness and temper, which prompted Christ to start calling them Boanerges, sons of thunder. John is credited with writing 5 books of the New Testament, the Gospel of John, the 3 Epistles of John, and the Book of Revelation. He's the patron saint of love and loyalty, as well as writers, publishers, and scholars. One of his symbols is a serpent in a cup, which is linked to his patronage of victims of poisoning and burns.
Well, there you go. We just need a cup. But which one is it? Is it this golden chalice or this wooden cup? That would be funny if they just aped that word for word.
The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light.
Jonah, those 2 Bible quotes. The sun will be darkened, and under his wings you may seek refuge.
What does it mean?
That's it. Look for a heron and an eclipse. Brother de la Cruz appeared one day, emerging from the jungle, breathing new life into the mission. There were just the three of us when he arrived, and Sister Dorothea had been ill for many weeks. He and his associate began to work that first day. By the next week, de la Cruz had recruited a workforce of 36. They have prepared the bell tower and worked the fields, planting crops. Brother de la Cruz aims to make us self-sufficient. We'd spent so long alone out here, I'd worried we'd lose God's ear. Lo and behold, we not only had his ear, but he sent another to act as his hands as well. Stone faces weep as Jesus creeps along the dolorous path. Too many died, more will still, and more will still, and more will still. His light leads the way.
That's right, we must follow the Scarlet Crusade, hey, gold. Okay, that was weirdly awkward, but at least it let me. I figured the hull was actually going to be solid, collision-wise. Hey, look, the thing I was interacting with earlier.
There's a whole mural under here.
Let's destroy the mural on top of it. Death to murals and to the living!
Veracruz, the true cross.
Is that what I think it is?
The silver box. It's unmistakable.
We've never seen it before, but that has to be it.
Jesus takes up the cross. These are the stations of the cross. But there's a bunch missing.
Before 1600, there were only 7. This could date back to the time of Lopez.
This is one of his clues.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing he does.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cross lying around here somewhere.
Oh, God. That was a weird camera.
We'll find a way. 25th of December, 1603. It has been 4 days since we turned away from the city. We traveled in silence and in circles, guided by a confusion of grief, relief, and celebration. Lopez and I exited the jungle and landed in a clearing, under the gaze of several faces carved into the side of the mountain. Lopez had an episode, as he later called it. He threw himself in front of the faces and screamed for forgiveness. The heaviest sin on his heart was abandoning Perez to the strange warriors. They had grown close over the journey. Try as I might, I could not console him, so I built a fire and waited, as he decreed his actions and pleaded for forgiveness from the silent stone faces.
They didn't forgive him for some reason.
Etzli is young to have all that responsibility. Must be pretty hard for him.
Nah, he's fine. He's fine.
Found something?
Yeah. Jesus takes up the cross. Help me lift this.
I totally need your help. Talk about that. That is a advanced mechanism right there. That is an extremely advanced mechanism. Look at that. Look at that. God, I know we've already made fun of this, but wow. Okay, hear me out, hear me out. This is what's going to tie it all together. There's going to be a lift, and you can lift the cross into this thing, and it's going to open up some gateways to shine light on a thing, and as soon as the light shines, it's going to open up.
Let's see where this leads.
And it'll last literally 4 centuries. Until the Destroyer comes. The who? Don't worry about it. There's nothing you can do about her. Only endure.
Thanks.
Station 2. Jesus falls the first time.
There's an inscription here.
I'll need to move the cart to direct the light beam to the door.
Lucem habitus.
Walk while you have the light.
Gee, I don't know if I can figure this one out. How? How?
I wouldn't want to be buried in here. My head tossed behind a cross somewhere.
Walk
I mean-
while you have the light, so that the darkness may not overtake you.
Sounds like a hint.
Or a threat.
I mean,
This looks like the Virgin Mary.
Station 3. Jesus meets his mother.
reverential music.
The mirror looks dusty.
Look at all this gold we could loot. Nah, we'll loot other stuff. And you get...
I'll give you a boost.
Wrong at. Come.
Hey, it worked.
The captions have been surprisingly good and amusing the whole time. Death. Well, that's messed up.
What happened to these people?
Looks like the light activated something.
She's not even paying attention.
Laura! Are you alright? You're lucky it was a little rusted.
This must be Station 4.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at these frescoes. I'll need to direct the light beam towards the fresco of Veronica.
I was just looking for loot. God. Looks like there is none. Okay, sure.
These people look like they were tortured. Hung up in the ceiling.
I don't think this was just a crypt.
It was a torture crypt? Again, I ask how. Look at what happens. Shunk. Shunk. How? Spared no expense. Sure, we'll say it's that one. Why not?
I'll get it.
And death. Sure.
Station 5. Jesus falls a second time.
I'm not even a question how that the physics and engineering of what just happened. We're officially in Nana land. I get it, game. Moving on. Well, logically it was one of two options, Nymph, and that was one of them, so I kind of flipped a coin.
The Stations of the Cross again.
But with mummies, isn't this sacrilegious?
Not necessarily. They could have been paying the ultimate homage.
Or they were just sick.
This must be Station 6. I'll need to direct the left light beam toward the crucifixion
Looks
scene.
like a church. These ones are posed.
I hate to ask this, like, is this possible to have a single light beam coming from outside, down a corridor, through a second corridor, into a area where it redirects it over, and then further down a third corridor, and then down, and then over again?
Monks.
Like, this light is still very bright, despite coming from, at this point, probably about 500 feet that way. I don't know my physics that well. I'm just wondering.
Direct the left light beam toward the crucifixion scene.
So Lopez staged the whole crucifixion with mummies? Seems sacrilegious.
I think this was a place of worship for an underground sect.
Literally. I guess this is the sect from the pamphlet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're already at the point of Magitech, so whatever, really.
I wasn't around when Lopez was. That inscription. Do not fear those who kill the body, but are unable to kill the soul. Is that meant for us?
Of course you follow. They all
It's caused enough trouble already.
Okay, let's do this.
I have no idea which of these three it would be. But I do know I just got a donation, which means we have to pause the game. Ugh. Oh, goodness. It's from Vigilant. I would actually like that. That would be hysterical if that was true, Vigilant. And thank you as always, sir. Very much obliged. Well, whatever. Let's pick the middle one and then die. I mean, we haven't seen a death in a while.
Then the Romans drive in the nails.
I like how it doesn't let me take the camera over there so I can see what the hell I'm doing, by the way. There are many skulls in here. This must have taken a long time. I should have died, just to see what it looks like. Just to experience it once, you know. Just to experience the stutter.
What the hell happened here?
Lopez had his disciple wall him in, and then... bang.
Nice guy.
This is...
Well, let's break him out. Out you get. Alright, how many of you guys have seen National Treasure? Or Indiana Jones? Now, I like both of those films. Quite a lot, actually. Or both of those film series, I should say. But one of the things that always used to piss me off is that you'd go through all these traps and triggers and vaults and prisons and tombs and crypts and puzzles, and then the bad guy's like right behind you. Like, ah, at last you have found this. Right? What do you want to bet?
The box of Isha. Only the hands of the righteous one may seize destiny from mine.
I guess it's you then.
Translation. I'm not touching that thing.
On this goose chase, he sabotaged every clue.
All to keep this box from Trinity.
And the people of Paititi. He was totally consumed by it.
Of course. Because that makes sense. How are all these people down here? Of course. Wait, what? There's suddenly we can't go back up the way we just fell down. There's like a grate over us. Where the hell did that come from? Where's Jonah? He's in our hearts and minds. I really was expecting the villain to be like, "At last you have found it. Give it to me or I will kill your friend." That's pretty much exactly what I was expecting there. So, I was wrong. Oh, hey, you remember that animation that we've paid good money for 3 times now? Well, let's do it a 4th time. But this time with corpses, so like we're coming out of hell. Get it? Symbolism? Get it? Okay, in all sincerity, how do you build something like this with this many corpses in this small of an area? How do you make that happen? Stutter, stutter, stutter. Oh my gosh, the villains are there! This is my shocked face! Damn it! I was just saying, oh, I was surprised that they didn't do this. I was just saying that. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm okay.
Where is she?
Use the box.
I don't know.
I just need the box.
Fuck you!
Use it. Give in.
I guess we're done here.
Amaru!
Stop!
Let him go!
Now, I didn't say this out loud, but I was also thinking what's going to happen is he'll be there and is like, "I will kill your friend unless you give me the box."
Release him, and I will give you the box.
That's why I've walked within 3 feet of you.
What are you doing?
To make this deal.
I've lost enough people.
I need I do too, Dream Whisperer. I despise this trope. I really
know
do.
you have. Your father was brilliant.
He was taken from me before I could know.
He was my friend. But he was obsessed, relentless.
You didn't know him.
He refused to see the potential for destruction in his work. He had to be stopped.
You had him killed.
He was going to lead the public to Paititi. Everything I love, everything I fought for. My world would have been destroyed.
And what about my world?
You're rich.
You can't think it's the same.
It is to a 9-year-old girl. I was a child.
There was too much at stake. An entire civilization, hundreds of years of independence, thousands of lives. I had no choice.
There's always a choice.
It's not too late. You can honor Unuratu and restore the sun.
No. The threat must be removed.
You're a low, selfish, murdering coward.
And you, Lara? How many lives have you ended? In pursuit of what? Lara, go! Stop him!
Okay, I'm actually a little surprised by that. Did she just drop the gun? She did, didn't she? Oh god, the stutter is real. Okay, we've got the elite for the elite now. Okay, is this a stealth section or a combat section? Let's find out.
Is that Rourke? Running past just now?
Yeah.
Think we should call him?
Hell no. If there's any change in our status, he'll tell us.
Looks like this is a choice. Let's go ahead and be stealthy, I think. When we come back from lunch break.